After some technical difficulties, I am back. Last week's video is up. It's just even lower budget than normal. Had some issues, but life happens. Things happen. And one of the best things we can do is move forward into the next week. So that is why you are here, for us to go over the astrologically intuitive words of the week for next week. Let's do it. So this video is covering the week of Sunday, October 26th through Saturday, November 11th. Starting off on Sunday the 26th, the moon moves into Capricorn. When the moon's in Capricorn, things are all about structure. We make plans, we look at the details, we're very productive, but it's also a very sobering energy. That's why the word of the day is serious. We need to remember to take things seriously. We need to go into things with a very serious mindset and enjoy the foundation that's being laid. Tuesday the 27th, I don't have any astrology to talk to you about, but the word of the day is remembrance. I think as we're coming into Halloween, into Samhain, it's a good time to just take a moment and remember our ancestors, remember those who have come before us and what they have given to us. On Tuesday the 28th, we have the moon moving into Aquarius. When the moon's in Aquarius, it brings with it the new, the unusual. We seek out freedom. We seek out things that are progressive. We care about moving forward, not only ourselves, but our society as well. We also are going to have Mars trining Jupiter. When we have this energy, we have the desire to compete. We have that motivation, that energy. Success is almost entirely guaranteed. The first step, though, is we have to start. One of the really important things to remember this week as we continue to talk about the astrology is the difference between trines and sextiles. Both of these are positive aspects that the planets want to be in. They like having that relationship to each other. They tend to encourage one another. It tends to build, to grow. With the difference being that sextiles are closer, so it's almost automatic. When that sextile is happening, things happen. It just is. But trines are farther away, which means we have to work to get that energy. We have to take the first step. We have to walk into that trine energy. So with this Mars trine Jupiter, really good things can happen. Success, growth, all of that. But we have to step into it. We have to take the first step. Specifically with this one of the best ways to do that is by having a strong self-belief. Really believe in ourselves, have confidence, know who we are and what we believe in, and have good intentions. That is how you do the first step with this. Yes, you need to try things, you need to do that, but you need to go into it with good intentions. You need to go into it knowing who you are, and good things will come from it. A big kind of theme, I'll actually go ahead and tell you what the theme of the week is, and that's have the day you deserve. That is a phrase that is so common, I feel like, and it's common in a negative way, but I think we can really take it and turn it into a positive. We can tell ourselves to have the day that we deserve and then work to deserve it. This is also a time that we're really going to want to use our judgment. We're really going to want to ask for what we want. Take the time to really figure out what you want, what you deserve, and then ask for it. The word of the day for Tuesday is opportunity. The moon in Aquarius brings us the opportunity for freedom, for self-expression, and this Mars trine Jupiter brings the opportunity. We have to step into it. We have to know who we are. We have to ask for what we want. We have to step in. On Wednesday, the 29th, we have actually quite a bit, so bear with me while we try to go through all this. Mercury enters Sagittarius. When Mercury's in Sagittarius, we have a desire to learn. Sagittarius learns, it explores, it travels, it asks questions. We look at everything in the big picture sort of way. This is going to be a time where a lot of new ideas come up. A lot of questions are going to be asked. This is the time to lean into those questions. Be ready to ask questions. This is a time that people tend to be very frank and open, tactless, It tends to be a time that we're thinking about everything, not necessarily the details. This is the time in business where you may want to smack someone upside the head because they're talking about these grand plans. And then you ask them, where are we going to order this? Where is it going to go? And they don't have an answer for you. Maybe talking about personal experience, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on, we have Mercury trine Neptune. So Mercury is moving into Sagittarius. It immediately goes into a trine with Neptune. This is an energy that's very creative, brings about a lot of our imagination. But again, we have to start. It's a trine. We have to step into it. We have to decide what sort of creativity we want to release. If it's going to be writing, because that's what I will most likely be wanting to do, you have to pick up that pen and put it to paper. You have to start. This time, this energy, we tend to be very easygoing. It's easy to communicate with other people, but everything stays on the surface. This is not a deep energy. This is just surface level. Go ahead and paint a pretty picture of mountains. Go ahead and write some fluffy poetry. It's not that deep, but that's okay. Step into it. Enjoy that. That's a good energy to be in sometimes. Because let me tell you, some foreshadowing here, we're going to appreciate having that surface level later on this week. We also have Mars trine Saturn. Trine. So again, we have to step into this. If we step into it, we get strength, ambition, efficiency. This is a time where we can follow our passions, and that's what we need to do. That is how you step into this energy. You follow your passion. You use that creative energy of that Mercury trine Neptune, and you figure out your passion. What stimulates your creativity? What makes you feel something special? This is a time that we can have lasting success when we follow our passions. This is a time that when we put in the work, we build foundations because we have the energy to do it. We are detail focused and we're ready to go. We also will have Mercury opposite Uranus. When this happens, things tend to be more hectic. Our minds tend to move a lot quicker. So you're going to have all this other stuff, but your mind's also going to be going like this. It can become very tense. It can become very scattered. That's where we need to use the other energy and really lean into passions, lean into the things that make us feel creative. That's going to keep us from being so scattered. We need to take extra care. We have to think before we speak. There's going to be a lot of dumb things said on Wednesday, like really dumb. Like if you watch the news and you're an American, you see some of the dumb things that are it's going to go to a whole new level of dumb. So just to warn you, if you're someone who gets angry when you're watching the news, maybe just turn it off on Wednesday or have a punching bag nearby. I'm personally going to try to hide from it, but we'll see how well I do. But we know better. We know to think before we speak to prevent ourselves from saying the dumb things. We also want to have an open mind. This is a lot of different energies. There's going to be a lot of things thrown at us. If we go into things, we have an open mind. If we're really following our passion, if we're following our drive, good things will come from this day. And that is why the word of the day is drive. I want you to think about this not in terms of driving your car, but what drives you? What motivates you? What is your passion? What is your calling? What is your drive? Thursday the 30th, we have Mercury sextile Pluto. And we just went from very surface level to immediately diving in the deep end. This is all about depth, intensity, deep conversations. On Thursday 30th, you will most likely have a very, very deep conversation and probably with the least likely person you will ever imagine. This is a day of epiphanies. This is a day where we're able to understand the hard stuff. This is a day we're going to talk about psychology and we're going to talk about our feelings and we're going to really dig deep. It's a little scary. This is also a time that salespeople are going to be extra annoying. This is a time where there is some manipulation that's possible. This is a time that people are able to manipulate others. What we need to do is to not overuse our power, because we're coming back to that phrase, have the day you deserve. If we're going into this, we're stepping into all this energy, and we're going into it with the right intention, with the right ideas, with the right judgment to say yes to the right opportunities, that day is going to be good. If we walk into this just wanting to only look out for ourselves or only accomplish certain things or take, our days aren't going to be so good. Friday the 31st is Samhain. If you like to celebrate, happy Samhain. I do not have my Samhain planned yet, but maybe I'll share those with you next week, what I ended up doing. But on Friday the 31st, the moon is moving into Pisces. I know, my least favorite. When the moon's in Pisces, we tend to be a lot more sensitive. We tend to be a lot more wistful, dreamy. We have a lack of boundaries, which is why I usually hate the moon in Pisces. But I do like the moon in Pisces around Samhain. The veil is thin. This is a time where we can be sensitive to that which we cannot see. This is a time that we can lean into it. This is a time that we can just embrace that lack of boundary between us and the other. That is why the word of the day is sensitive. We need to lean into that sensitivity. We need to lean into it. I had a different word of the day. I actually changed that on the spot, but I loved the way that sounded when I spoke it out loud. I love the way that felt. So sensitive is the word of the day for Friday. Then Saturday, November 1st, we get a break. I don't have astrology to talk with you about. We got more the next week. Don't worry. But for Saturday the 1st, the word is reflect. This is going to be a week that requires some effort from us, but it's also going to be a week that shows us some things, that illuminates us. What sort of day did we have, and what did we do to deserve it? Thank you so much. Go ahead, let's review the words of the day. So if you need to pause for a moment, grab a pen, grab a paper. I write all this stuff down in my planner, so each day I see what the word of the day is. I have found it very helpful for myself. I hope you find it helpful as well. But do you have that? Cool, let's review. So on Sunday the 26th, the word is serious. Monday the 27th, the word is remembrance. Tuesday the 28th, the word is opportunity. Wednesday the 29th, the word is drive. That was a long note, so I had to change the page. Thursday the 30th, the word is penetrating. Friday the 31st, the word is sensitive. And Saturday the 1st, the word is reflect. I hope you have the day you deserve. And I hope you're willing to put in the effort for that to be the best day ever. Thank you so much. This is the normal part of the video where I do the spiel. If you want to support, like, subscribe, comment, share. And really, I just want to see you back next week. And fingers crossed, no more technology issues for a while. We'll see.